In the second video, we want to show how to use barcode files that have a information downloaded from barcode reader to automatically generate either count sheets for physical inventory or transfer out slips for sending merchandise out of a store. And this again is for in the case of multi lots. Let's take a quick look at what a file might look at like. One of the formats we have for a file, there is more than one format available, but one of the formats looks something like this. If we look at this first part of this file, the first phrase that's there before the first comma, the program will ignore and consider that only information that it doesn't need. The second thing between commas, the second field, would be the lot number. So this would take, for example, in this line, the lot number would be Q45. In this example, the lot number would be 22F, and this final example, as I'm highlighting here, would be 1267, the lot number. After the lot number is an item number. Here we can see 35, the actual item that's we're counting, and so here it's 35, which would be, for example, an Expert Mart internal number, or it could be a UPC or in this case a EAN 13 number. So there's the barcode, an EAN 13 number, or we may have a item code that we could put in here. In this case, the item code has a letter I in it, letter P in it, some dashes and so forth. So it can be the item number, the EAN or UPC code, or the item code. So we have the location, which item, and then we have comma, and that would be the quantity. So we have your quantity of 2, again quantity of 2, and then a quantity of 1, here a quantity of 3, and the final thing is the quantity. So we have those files there. To process those files, we would just go to, first of all, if under processes, let's do first of all the out sheet. So if we're going to transactions, and we have transactions transfers, then we have a new menu option here. We're using these that says generate out slips from barcodes. So we're going to go click there. Are you sure you want to convert a barcode file to out slips? Okay. Here are the different formats. The format I just showed you would be this final format. It says the format contains a tag, comma, location, comma, or lot, barcode, comma, quantity. The tag, again, is what we're not going to look at. Location can either be location or lot. The barcode of the item, and then the quantity. So we're picking that one. We're going to do yes. And the barcode file to import, we can just zoom over to that file. In this case, I have some files on my C drive in a test folder. So I'll go over there and look for those in test. And for example, here's an out slip test. I'm going to select that file, and then I say OK. And it says, since this is a transfer out, I have to say to which store is that going. So let's say it's going to the Pacific store, and I put OK, and it tells me it read 8 barcodes, none of them have an error, and then I have to, based on that, if I had something that said, had 2 errors, maybe 1 error, I say, okay, well, it'll pass, but if it had too many errors, then I probably would want to abort by you putting no. But in this case, there's no errors, 8 barcodes read, I say yes, and it says finish generating count sheets, and actually it should say they're out slips. So if I go into documents, transfers, out slips, and look at this, and I look at the out slips that are made for today, what Expert Mart does when we're dealing with lots is it takes each lot. There was a lot 212, and so it takes the lot, is that the right lot number? Let's see now. 223, those don't look like the right lot numbers. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. The lot numbers, forgive me the confusion. The lot numbers here are the ones that were in the file I read, which is different than the file I showed you. So for each lot number, it's going to make a different out slip. The rule on lots, and maybe was not explained correctly in the first video, the rule on lots is that each transaction or each document can only refer to a single lot. We're not going to have mixed lots on a document. So here is we said we were transferring out from Robson to Pacific. It found some items we're transferring were from lot 345. It put those items on this out slip. Then it found some other items that were coming out of lot 223. It put those items on this out slip. and it found some other items that were for lot 212. It put those on a different out slip. So and if we look at the item, let's go in and look at item 25, for example. If we go into catalog inventory, lot stock, and look for item number 25, we will find, if we look at the matrix here, we can again see all these different lots. Now they've been affected by what we did right now, but more than that, let's look at the audit log for lot 25, and we'll see here that out slip that we just made today at 8:03 p.m. The 3 items were taken not only out of inventory, but specifically out of lot 212. So that's the way the lot system works. If we get ready to do a physical inventory, then we're going to go into trends. We're going to go over here to processes, physical inventory, and generate count slips from barcodes. It's the exact same process, but rather than making an out slip, it'll just make a count slip saying this is how many of this item we have in inventory, and that will help us to make the physical inventory. So again, two places that we can grab text files with barcodes in them, and one either generate out slips. In that case, we tell it which store it's going to. In the other case, we're just going to generate count slips. If you want to, we'll just go ahead and generate a count slip here and take a look at it. We're going to say yes. We're going to go back over to this file again and do the second file and say select file. And since this is just a count, again, only 4 barcodes. If I go over here, finish generating count slips. So if I go over to documents counts, then I will find for today, here's one count slip that for lot 345, and then another count slip for lot 223. So again, it's going to generate one count sheet. It's not going to mix on a single document or a single count sheet or a single out slip. It's not going to mix more than one lot. And when we looked at it manually, we also saw that if you generate a receipt, you put on the top of the receipt which lot it is, and everything on that receipt is considered to be of that one lot or that one location. We'll still make a third video looking at some of the report options for these handling lots in ExpertMart.